Okay, I'm live. Hi, folks. Welcome to the live stream. And everyone, I'm live again. See, this actually works. Hello. So, let's talk about the relevant Bitcoin pivot, okay? Good morning. So, longest overexpanded period is 605. This is currently defaulting to the 600 period. Why? Because we have a maxed out plume of mass from way back when, and it's still technically our longest overexpanded period. So, 605 is our pivot for trend. Hooray! And that is this line right here, roughly. So as long as we're above that line, Bitcoin will stay in a fine state of trend. And what's really attractive is, well, this pivot has held pretty much perfectly for months. Literal months, this pivot has held. Right, as long as you're above the blue band, we're in a state of trend, and that's good. It's what we want. Okay? With that in mind, I have... Yeah, that mean reversion pivot really did move up like $500. Which is kind of disappointing because now I just wish I could take profit where the previous low was. Okay. So, the previous low is right here. And just you watch, price is going to trickle along sideways here. And the mean reversion pivot's going to retrace up to that value. Like maybe even above. And I'm going to be forced to take profit up here instead of here. Right? Because the initial thought is just to take profit when we touch the line. But that'll take time. Are we going up? I'm pretty sure we are. Alright, our retracement value should, in theory, be at this time 10810, roughly. Actually, I would just set a $500 buy range because these pivots can be quite volatile. Yes, look at this candle the last time we touched down. Right, from wick to wick, it's a 7% candle. Right, how many dollars is that? Let's find out. Right, that's a $650 range. There's no reason to think this is going to be any different. You should layer into the range right on top of the pivot. In theory. With that in mind, that's it. That's it for the 4 hour at least. You know, daily trend is pretty much the same as the 4 hour. There's both trends. You trade the trend, works out for you. Unless the mean reversion pivot breaks, that'll be an adventure. Let's talk about the bear scenario real quick. Okay, if we actually enter this band here, that means we need to go all the way down to this mean. Right, so if we break this support, price will retrace quite a bit. Probably to $8,000, I would predict. So actually, we're finding this mean reversion pivot on the lower time frames. We're gonna look at the 1 hour chart as well. Okay, so we have a goofy wave PM reading down here. Do you notice how we have this expansion? This expansion as well. That means we aren't getting... Okay, we have to do this manually. Because we have the initial upward expansion, which is this plume of mass, and then there's the downward expansion, which is this plume of mass. And we need to find them separately. So it's currently set to the 60 period. Just by looking at the defaulted 50, our mean reversion condition is currently complete. And now it's kind of like a no man's land. Oh, it's actually not complete. Okay, so I might need to adjust my trailing stop just a bit. Our target is this mean here. And we need to stay in this band for another candle. The mean reversion condition is basically gone, right? Because when this red value turns green, which should happen here, trend resumption can happen. So, probably just gonna like do that for a bit. Wouldn't be surprised, and then reversal, or a quick wick to the downside and then reversal. Stop hunts are pretty common. Expect them, try to trade them, you know. Again, layering your buy orders from 11,000 to 1,500, that's your best bet. And then you got to stop out down here. So, can't use that much leverage right here. I know it's tempting, but I mean, think about this. If you use your entire portfolio on 1x, you're risking like 5% of your portfolio. There's no reason to... There are reasons to leverage, especially because this might be like the exact bottom of Bitcoin for the next 3 years, and that's quite the thought. Yeah, that's only the case if this pivot doesn't break. With that in mind, that's it. All right, we got the lateral trading, we got the fine chart on the 4 hour, and we're gonna try to scoop up the swing low. I might layer buys down from 11250 all the way down to 1050. Right, just because we might stay in this mean reversion condition and then reverse. And I'll be honest, I'm willing to play aggressive if we are appearing to be a bottom. That's it. It's a pretty simple chart, I'll be honest. We could try to identify the expansion compression on the micros here, but nah, it's all chop on these time frames. 4 hours defined, 1 hour is defined as compression. It looks good. Trade it as I showed it. Have fun. That's it. That's it for Bitcoin. We're gonna take a look at BAT and XLM. Okay. Thanks for tuning in today, folks. Oh my god, look at that compression range. Every time I load up one of these charts with this ACAT defaulted, you see some really good chart pouring like that. As far as Litecoin goes, shorting this pivot here would be nice. We have a volatility pop up to the upside like that, and then retracement. I would trade that. Or the active mean reversion bullish condition would be cool too. XLM. Yeah, this had a volatility pop to the upside today. Did XRP follow in suit? It actually hasn't, because my XRP trade's still bad. Everything's green today. That's cool. I could not tell you why XLM is up more than XRP when they essentially just mirror each other. I do have a small bag of XLM, though. Christ, it's drawdown like almost 50%. That's insane. My oh my. Once again with the compression ranges, that's just so clean. Trump tweeted about Bitcoin today. That was kind of cool. Of course, if you're the president of the country with the most powerful currency in the world, you are going to condemn anything that threatens your currency. I mean, you can't really blame what he said, and he's technically correct from his perspective. It is hyper volatile, and it threatens the USD. Like, he has reasons not to like it. I don't know what to think about XLM, I'm going to be honest. We are defined in downtrend, and you can't short it anywhere. It's quad TCI, just implies short entry. That's it. ACAT is still not loaded. There it is. Except it's maxed out. We gotta do it manually. Trend is still defined as down on BAT. If we have a downward trend, we don't bet against downward trend. Okay. Glad we cleared that up. Swing lows are still super swing low. Wave PM readings were maxed out here, and it did have a nice reversal, but just in terms of excessive distributional width, this downward move was twice as extreme or more than this upward move, which is pretty cool. I mean, we don't have a mean inversion pivot yet. Still too far away. It's not active. So I can't really do anything with this chart either. Ask me about more charts, please. Ask me about altcoins, please. Do that. AST has declined. Actually, we might buy some AST. That looks really nice. Play for that 50%. Oh my god. Ryan Byard asked if I trade Forex. Not so much anymore. It's what I started with 4 years ago. 4 years, 5 months. I can look at any of the Forex charts if you want me to. We're gonna look at NPXS. Bundy X. Dude, don't do that to me. Okay, when every single pip is a 20% change, I don't know how you're gonna trade it, man. Like, who in there? That's just bizarre, man. I don't want to trade that. If you want to be a bag holder, you can go ahead and try that. But really, the risk is absurd. Like, how are you going to stop out? If you go down 1 pip, you need to market sell to stop out of the position. So that means that you lose 2 pips. All right, that's 40%. You want to lose 40% on a single stop loss? Jesus. And no, I will not look at BTT. That's absurd. I'm going to look at BTT because I like ranting. Okay, here in this scenario, you only lose 18% on a, or technically 19% on a stopped out position. Right? So think about this. In order to stop out, you need to go down 1 pip. All right, and if you go down 1 pip, that means you need to sell at market. And if you sell at market, it takes price down another pip. All right, 20%. I'm gonna look at gold. Oh, nice. We got a bull flag. I don't know, think about this. It's too obvious, you know? Like, really, all you can say is that it's compression. And we can probably define the compression. We can define the compression. Let's just do that. We'll have ACAT do it for us. Yeah, we're still technically in trend. I prefer this pacing. It's better when I just look at charts for a bit. In theory, you can retrace. And this is the problem. We have really nicely defined compression, but we don't have the green bands yet, so we can't define it all that well. Which would be nice, because compressionary periods outside the locks is good. And you can define them really nicely under select circumstances. They're just not showing up at this time. We're going to look at Link. Jesus, what a weird chart. I can't even get a reading on this. I mean, I can define the short-term trend, but that's about it. Okay, you know what? We can define the daily mean reversion pivot. We start there. All right, we want to look at the 130, 125. You know, when resolution's this low, oh, of course. What the hell, man? Yeah, bounce on the locks. Okay. Trend is defined, and we had a bounce. We might retest the trend again. All right, so last time we tested the loss was here. Look at that price volatility. Goodness gracious. Hopefully you see that price volatility again, and we take that last dip down. You can probably try to buy the local low. Just be aware of the stop hunt. Right, you see that wick there? Right below the locks? That'll kill you. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if we had the same pattern play out, where the initial wick to the upside immediately is followed by a huge scoop to the downside, and then it runs. It's pretty nice. So you can probably set up a buy range from 229 to 212. I know it's aggressive, but your best bet. Just be aware that if you start downward trend, then that's bad. Then you'll really crash. Take a look at Nano. I'm pretty sure Nano's dead. Again, quad CCI implies down. I can't bet against quad CCI, guys. Not in a trending market. That's it. That's all I gotta say. Take a look at bet. This chart looks identical to Nano. All right, that was that. That's all I gotta say. So we're gonna take a look at Euro USD. We're just gonna use ACAT because it's a ranging market. It'll work well. I have this note saved from last year. Nice. Probable downward move. We got it. Still got it, folks. There's nothing to use on the daily, though. Let's try the 1 hour. Probably short here, actually. Pretty mediocre probability because the conditions already evaporated. But that locksp is nice. Small short to the downside. Any kind of upward move would invalidate the condition. Just be aware of that. And it can already... Yeah, it's already evaporated. You should probably not short. It's a bad idea. Changed my mind. This was nice, though. That downward move. Super clean.